welcome you all here. Right now, we're live on Facebook, and we're also right now live on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, and several other platforms. And so, listen, we have something very special I'm going to share with you, and I'm also going to give you a special invitation. So make sure that you are indeed plugged in, that you have your volume up. That you're listening in, that you're plugged in right now. So I'm going to get straight to it because right now you should be seeing my screen and it should be sharing with you a special website here. And so tonight I'm going to talk to you and I'm going to really ask you the big question. Are you, number one, accumulating, and are you accumulating money? Okay, so are you accumulating? And then more specifically, are you accumulating money? Right? That's the big question at hand. Many of us, of course, we're home, we're self-isolating, we're quarantining, all that good stuff right now because of all these restrictions with the virus and all this kind of stuff, right? And so what I really want to help you to understand is the importance of, making each time that you have available, making it useful, okay? And making sure that you are still bringing in cash flow within your home. So there are very creative ways to do this, okay? And a way by which it can not only serve you in your home, but also helping others to be able to win and bring in cash flow within their homes. So it's not a matter of trying to, make sure you're doing all for yourself and that you're focusing on self and self alone, but you're also being able to be a service, of great service to those who are around you and connected to you online as well as offline. And so what I want to share with you is the importance of understanding what money is. Many of us, we're familiar with this, right? Okay. This is, and I'm going to try to bring it as close as possible. Look at that. You see what it says at the top there? It says Federal Reserve Note. Do you see that? Federal Reserve Note. Now, if you see on the screen, the site that I'm on right now, we're just going to do a little bit of reading, just a little bit, and then I'm going to help you to understand how to make a shift, okay? And invite you so that you can get access to what we call real money. So what I just showed you is a Federal Reserve Note. And as you see here on this particular website, federalreserve.gov is the website. You can understand what this actually is. Federal Reserve liabilities. Notice that it's titled in this section, liabilities, right? And so this says the major items on the liability side of the Federal Reserve balance sheet are Federal Reserve notes. We don't have to go any further. We don't have to keep reading, okay? We don't have to keep reading. And look what it says, though. It's the U.S. paper currency. This right here, right? They're saying that this right here is on the liability side. This is a Federal Reserve liability. Anybody knows what the difference between an asset and a liability is? A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. It causes wealth to retreat, to actually not be attracted to you. And so many people, for many years, we're so used to having a traditional savings account in an institutionalized bank. And when you do this, what you're actually doing is allowing the banking system to exchange with your money when the banks are closed. So when you deposit these inside of an account in a traditional bank, they have the ability to utilize this when the banks are closed. And these, in and of itself, according to this website here that we're looking at, is a Federal Reserve note, a liability. Something that, of course, takes away from your pocket, better known as debt. So this right here, ladies, gentlemen, brothers, sisters, is debt. It is a liability. You cannot save this because it's losing its value day by day. This here has lost 98% of its original value. So for every US dollar, okay, this here is worth about 3 cents. So if we know this is a Federal Reserve note and it's not keeping its value, then it cannot fit the definition of what money is. Because money is supposed to be a vehicle that actually sustains its value over time. All right? And so the only thing that I know that sustains its value, even during hardship, times of hardship and financial crises, is gold. Okay, gold. And there is a company right now that enables people like you and me to be able to have gold. This is an example of a 1 gram card of gold. Okay, this is 24 karat gold. And actually, people around the world are able to have gold delivered to them by FedEx by an e-commerce company. Okay, there's an e-commerce company based out of Germany that enables us to have our own gold savings account, not a traditional banking account, but a gold savings account where we can have control over the money. We don't have to try to figure out if something is being done with the money that we deposit. We know what's being done because we're in control of it. All right. We have our own account. It's almost like we have our own bank because we know what's going on. We know what's in the account. We know what's happening with the gold in our account. And so we're saving. And so we're not actually buying anything. Some people believe that when you're getting gold, you're buying something, when in actuality, you're really not. So what you're simply doing is you're taking the liability, right? And you're exchanging it for gold. So in other words, of course, something like this. This is what we call cash gold, by the way. Let me bring it a little closer. All right, straighten it up for you to see. Okay, so this is what we call cash gold. This is, of course, fiat currency. So you're simply exchanging fiat currency debt. This is dead for the most part. Okay, you're exchanging this for this, exchanging a liability for an asset. Gold is an asset. It's not an investment. There are no risks. Okay, there are no risks. So you want to exchange. That's what we're doing. And we're doing this in the comfort of our home. And we're helping other people to do the same. You see, there are some professionals, right, who actually knew what was going on and decided to take a stand. He spoke the truth. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about who this individual is. I'm going to see if I can pull up a quote by this young man. Many of you know him, Alan Greenspan. Here's a quote by Alan Greenspan. Now, if you're not familiar with who Alan Greenspan is, he's an American economist who served as chair of the Federal Reserve of the United States of America from about 1987 to about 2006. Okay, so, he understood exactly what was going on with the Federal Reserve System. And here's one of his quotes. He says, gold still represents the ultimate form of payment in the world. Fiat money, this right here, fiat money in extremis, is accepted by nobody. Gold, give you an example, got to pull it up, okay? Gold is always accepted. Gold is always accepted. And what makes, of course, the e-commerce company that enables us to get gold, what makes this company unique as well as what I shared with you all before during a previous episode. You're also able to customize a gold card as well. This is just a customization, all right? So this is able to be done even through the e-commerce company. This is still a gram of gold. That's the front. That's the back. Okay? And so you're able to actually exchange a liability, disposable dollars that, you're not using for rent, you're not using for some major bills, exchange some of this fiat for gold. And you can begin to protect what you worked so hard for. For some of you who may have 401ks, now I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just sharing with you what I heard on the news and what's enabled now. You're able to pull out 401k dollars, okay, without being penalized. So without penalty in this season, at this time, while it's still available, you can, and I'm going to stop sharing this, you can actually pull out some of that fiat from your 401k, and you can actually, I recommend, this is just a recommendation, that you put it in a vehicle that's going to cause the value to go up to protect what you have. So you'll be able to utilize it. And if you want to grow it within the special ecosystem that's within this e-commerce company, you can grow that money as well. Because when people plug into this ecosystem, right, you get a gold savings account, you're also able to get on the I side of the quadrant, that cash flow quadrant that Robert Kiyosaki speaks of, right? So not only can you have a home-based business where you can do this, you can exchange this for this as often as you want and help others to do the same. And as a result, get paid referral commissions as a result. Not only can you do that, but you can also obtain other assets. You can also get investments as well. We have cryptocurrency that's connected to physical gold. All right. So you have the lovely opportunity to be a part of the 1%, those individuals out there who owns gold. You can build wealth for you and your family, right? And so you have the opportunity to learn more as well tonight. I'm giving you a special invitation to learn, to have an open mind and learn about money, learn about cash flow, learn about acquiring, accumulating assets for you and your family. I encourage you. Now, if you're watching this on someone's timeline, maybe they shared it on their timeline on Facebook. I want you to connect with them, okay? If you're going to participate and view the special presentation tonight that I'm inviting you to, make sure you get back with them if they're sharing this on their timeline. Get back with them. But if you need more information, you're watching this on my timeline, or maybe you're listening into this on a podcast platform, I encourage you to send me a message on Facebook, right? You can send a message, or of course, you can contact one of my assistants at the ileadcompany@gmail.com, and we'll be back in touch with you to give you more information. All right? So again, appreciate your time. For those of you who want to watch that presentation, I invite you to download first the Zoom app. I'm not sure if they're going to be streaming it on Facebook. So you want to download the Zoom app. That's step one. And then step number two, I want to invite you to head on over to www.goldrocks.info. You want to go over there right now because there may be just limited seats on that platform, so you don't want to miss it. I'm heading over there right now as well because we have some new and improved updates about assets that you can acquire. So I'm going to go over there and check it out myself. So meet me on over there, goldrocks.info, so we can get this information together and build wealth. You and I build wealth together. So we're going to be back for the Leadership TKO live night show on tomorrow night. Don't miss it. Set an alarm. Write it on your calendar. Meet me back here. That's right. Meet me back here at about 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night for a fresh episode. So until the next time that you and I come together again, I encourage you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, God bless, and catch you on over at goldrocks.info.